Today I have a very special guest with me. She is such an action taker. She went into the program and she's like, I'm doing this all the way. I'm all in. And from that effort, her going from within 7 weeks of doing this, she launched her offer. She sold $8,000. And and we were talking right before this how she struggled for like 2 years, and she's now making more in her couple months at this than all of 2 years of trying to make this work online. And that blew me away. Like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. And so you guys, while you're jumping in, let me know where you're tuning in from. If you watched all the replays, if you're caught up, let me know, #caught up. And then we're gonna dive into Carlene's story. I'm so proud of her. She's the type of client, like, you attract the client that you are the client you attract. And for us, like for me, I go in all the way when I enter a program, and she's just like that. She's like that. And I'm like, yes, that's what it takes. That's how it works. So I'm super excited to introduce Carlene, and we'll get into her story in just a little bit. But first, I want to rewind back time and have Carlene tell us a little bit about her origin story. What even made her think about trying to make this online space work for her, and then the journey that led her to Ignite, and then her experience after she joined, because she went laser fast when she came in. All right, Carlene, so thank you for coming today. Super excited to have you here. Let us know a little bit about your background story, where you came from, and what made you say yes to trying it online years ago. And then how did you stumble upon, this world of Facebook group monetization?
Yes. So thank you, first of all, for having me on. I'm really excited to be here and talk to you today about this. It's kind of exciting, especially because I am an action taker. I'm also a procrastinator, but also a action taker, like a badass action taker. Like, I will wait until the night before to get my slides together, and then I'm like downloading all the information, and then it just comes off like I practiced it for a week. I'm just like, what happened there? So, but seriously, I am a serial entrepreneur. Most of my success, however, has been offline. So I've had 4 coffee shops in the retail environment, like just not obviously online. And I did a health and wellness type center, a wellness boutique. But, March came along and I had to shut down my business. And my business was only about 8 months old at that point. And we were doing fantastic, but it all came to a screeching halt. And of course, being the serial entrepreneur that I am, I'm like, oh man, I'm going to have to try this online thing again. I'm going to have to do it. And it just so happened that when I made that decision, you came across my screen. I don't even know how that happened. And I jumped into one of your 5-day challenges, and I was like, this is a no-brainer. Like, I call that being in a divine right flow, right? When you're just, moving along one step in front of the other, and things just start happening and you're not hitting the brick walls, I just keep going. So one thing led to the other, and I was like, this is the perfect opportunity for me to do it the right way. Because like you said, I absolutely did fail at this the first time about 4 years ago. After I sold off my coffee shops, I was like, okay, I think I'll do what I like to do online, which was the health and wellness world, and I've been in health and wellness for actually like 20 years, but I also have helped many people launch their own businesses outside of being online. So again, in the retail environment. So I have the business background, but my passion was in health and wellness. It's also the business part, because I truly love helping other people build their businesses. So my first iteration of being online, I was trying to get people certified to become health coaches, because I can do that. I can certify people to become health coaches. And I'm telling you, Kim, I was following at that time all the highest gurus out there and all the courses and everything. And I just failed one time at, just kept failing. And I was like, what is going on? I literally spent 6 months building out a whole course. I would wake up in the morning and stay in front of my computer, burning my damn eyes out until midnight. And I was like, what is going on here? Why can't I make this all happen? But, you don't know what you don't know. And I was using those recorded courses. The highest paid people were only doing recorded courses back then. And it, technology moves so fast that I can't even believe I'm saying back then, and it was only 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
But I stuck to it, and I am a bit, thick-headed about things, and I just kept going and trying to do this. It took me 2 years to finally throw in the towel, because in those 2 years, I only sold $6,000 worth of coaching to get people certified to become a health coach. And I know what I know like nobody's business. And I knew I was good at it, but I just didn't get the online piece. There were gaps, and you can't get your questions answered. There's just all the things that you can do in a live program like yours, you can't do if you're just watching a recorded program, a recorded course, and then trying to make it all work, because you don't know what you don't know, right? And the biggest thing that I say is, when you try to get your question answered in those types of formats, it's usually, that, yeah, they have a Facebook group, but it's never manned, right? It's never monitored. And when you have a question and you post it, 2 weeks later, you might get an answer. And then you're like, I can't even remember the question at that point. So you're spinning your wheels, and it's just, this has been a godsend for me being in your course, seriously, because I closed my business down. And at the same time, about two months or so into the whole COVID pandemic shutdown, I also decided to sell my house and move across the country. So.
Oh yes, I remember that. I'm like, shoot, she's doing this in the middle of a lot of moving pieces, which comes to show those who are listening, like, hey Huey. Hey, Huey says, Carlene, you have the energy and motivation of a rock star. Happy for your 4-figure. And my 4-figure, it's $8,000 that she's done so far in around 7 weeks, which is 2 months-ish. Compared to doing $6,000 in 2 years. Yeah. So it's like a world of difference. And for me, I tried this online space as well. I have a successful kind of offline business, not 100% offline, but it was more like brick mortar kind of thing. Then, hey, I can just show up and just, coach and be financially rewarded for it. So I traveled the same path as yours, and I heard of ClickFunnels 2 years ago. 4 years ago. I did nothing. I signed up for ClickFunnels to try to make this online thing work. And for a whole year, I was like, what's going on? I would build a funnel, no one comes. Spending money on all these subscriptions that I felt like I'm a hard worker, but it just didn't click for me until I got a coach, and until I stepped into a coaching environment that gave me answers as I needed it moving forward. And so fast forward.
Yeah.
So lots of moving pieces. You shut down your business in March. You're like, shoot, I got to make this work because of this COVID pandemic. And then all of a sudden you're moving. And just so you guys know, she launched very quickly. Was it before you moved you launched, or right after you landed, you just did your launch anyways? You're like,
yeah, well, I had planned to do it, and then my house sold within a week. So I had to pack up, get everything packed, and then move across country. And I was in a hotel still planning things. And then the first day in my house, surrounded by boxes, nothing unpacked other than my computer, and me calling the internet guy, you've got to get my internet on. It was a Sunday night at 8:00, and I still didn't have my internet.
My gosh.
Yeah, they pulled some strings, and they got somebody out, and they got it all hooked up for me to be able to go live in my group by 12:00 p.m. the next day on Monday. So yeah, it was crazy stressful, and I was just surrounded by boxes, and I mean, literally sitting at a card table, and I hung up that banner right there. I had nothing else in my house, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna do this, and I did it. So, you know, and I totally believe in doing things imperfectly, and just as you practice and as you go, you learn so much. I mean, I learned so much in that launch that the next one is going to be, I'm going to skyrocket past 8,000. I already know that.
Yeah,
and
no.
My goal is over, you know, is to be 40,000 or above for my next one. So I think I'll get it. I really do. Cause I feel like I did really well. I just didn't have as much engagement on the lives as I thought I would have, even though my group grew really, really, really fast. So yeah. But now I have the whole, you know, with your help as a coach and being able to get my questions answered, and anytime, especially Sharon, the concierge coach, oh my gosh, just like I felt like I had a coach in my pocket. You know, it was just awesome. And I could be like, Sharon, blah, 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 I got a question. And she'd answer me. And I was like, wow, I mean, that is awesome. So awesome. And I felt confident to just go and do it. Even if I made a mistake, it was okay. I just rolled with it. And nobody knows you're making a mistake.
Yeah, and in the whole grand scheme of things, when it's like $8,000 for you, it's so much more than you made in 2 years for the online space. But really, that 8,000 is 2 people, right? Like that 8,000 is just a few people of the billions that exist online, of the millions that you have the potential to reach. And it's, to me, it's, this model works, and having that high touch answer response not only gives the tools, but also that confidence. And I think for a lot of people, they're scared, like that confidence has to be there first, and then the tools kind of fall into place. You'll figure out the tech, you'll figure out the tools, and we help you with that. But it's like that confidence. And when you came in, you already have confidence. I feel you are like already have that thing, that drive. And the program, we design it so that if you're that type of person, you want to invest in yourself, you want to go all in on yourself, that the tools are there, the help is there for you to pull this together and launch and do it and actually get it done. And then now for the next launch, you're like, oh my gosh, I learned so much. I created so many assets. I know what to do now for next time. What can I do to tweak it a little bit better, so that it's only a matter of success. It's only a matter of like when, not if, you're going to be successful.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad that you're like, yes. I'm just glad your energy was so strong that I said, Carlene, she's gonna rock this. She's just gonna do so well in this program. Let me rewind back and kind of talk about the things that didn't work out, besides you can't answer back questions, or you have questions but it can't be answered right away. What are other things that kind of stopped you or got in the way of your progress of trying to make this work for 2 years? If you could go a little bit deeper into those.
Yeah, sure. Actually, the whole when I was building out my course, I had no idea about selling it first, validating it first before launching it. Like, I just had no idea that you should do that, right? So I took 6 months of time, my precious time, building out a course that I was only able to attract crickets to. So that was humbling, because I am a go-getter and I'm a very successful entrepreneur in so many different things, that it was a shock to my ego, actually, you know, and I'm not even an ego type person. It was just, I wasn't used to not succeeding. So when I thought, well, I know what I'm doing and I know how to teach people and I can get this all in a format to sell it. But then when I did, other people just had better positioning or better messaging. And I didn't know how to put all those pieces together without having the live high touch program like you have. So I was just winging it at that point, because you just don't feel supported. And when you don't know what you don't know, it's hard to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
You know, you just keep hitting that wall.
So common questions we get for Ignite before someone joins is like, I don't have the time for it, or you know, I don't have the money. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this. Like, what kind of objections have you like heard that even like you experience in your head? I know for you, you're like, of course it's no brainer, but what about someone that's like, hey, I don't know if I have the time for this, if this is gonna work for me.
Yeah.
What
So,
would
you know,
that?
the whole time thing is, nobody has less time than I had. So that's the lamest excuse that I've ever heard. Especially in this time where things are still not quite open across the country and across the world. You know, things are still not back to normal. So for anyone to say that they don't have the time, to me, is just an excuse wrapped up in a reason. You know, and I just think that it's not real, because if you want something bad enough, you'll make it happen, and you'll leverage your time and you'll leverage your money resources. And just like for me, I literally shut down my business and had nothing coming in, but I thought, I can do this. I'm going to put up this money and I'm going to make it back. And that's what I did. So I just, you know, I had this feeling, you know, I just had this deep down feeling in my gut, and I very much trust my gut. Right. So, so yeah, I just, as far as the money part goes too, I just feel like if you want something bad enough, leverage your resources and decide to make it happen. And when you know what you know, that you're going to be supported and that there's a concierge coach. And I made sure that I paid up front too, because I wanted all those dang bonuses. Right. So I wanted to make sure that I was not only supported, but that we were going to do the whole planning out my year and all of that. Right. So that I had a clear plan.
Yeah.
And when it comes to time, I literally had no time. Like, I literally only listened to the orientation call and then maybe 3 other calls before I just put everything in place and said, I'm going to do it imperfectly, because I spent a lot of time just trying. Those 7 weeks were mostly just building my group and my engagement, because you kept telling us, don't launch until you have at least 300 people in your group.
Yep.
Because you don't want to launch to crickets. I'm like, okay, I got to get 300. And then I hit 300, and then all of a sudden I just skyrocketed. I mean, everything that I put in place was working like it was on fire. So yeah.
And so you guys know, she went from 0, which is like nothing, to a Facebook group within like a few weeks, months. She hit 300, and then it went over 1,100. Now she has 1,100, and that's with nothing in her program that is launching to an empty thing. That now she has stuff in there. Now she has things in her program. But you can, if you're like, hey, I don't have time. Carlene had the least amount of time possible. If you're like, hey, I don't have the resources, this program is designed for you to pay for it back. And if you're like Carlene, you're like, I'm all in all the way. She paid for the program back in 2 months. And now she has the rest of the year to enjoy, to ask questions about building out her team, to being able to leverage us as a resource to figure out the onboarding and the delivery side of it and the growth side. So like Carlene, if you're all in all the way, then money should not be a factor, because it's designed to pay for itself.
Yeah.
And the same way that it's designed to pay for itself for us, we help you design for your clients to pay for itself when you go and launch. So what Carlene teaches now is that her clients, once they come in, if they're all in like her all the way, it's supposed to pay for itself with just 1 or 2 people. That's it. And she's going to be with them for the year, and we're with her to help her serve them for the year as well. So what other objections, Carlene, have you had people come up with you for, like money, time? I don't know if my spouse will support me. Actually, I think you were like, hey, I'm just gonna do it no matter what. There wasn't any kind of things in the way, unless I'm mistaken. Were there like, actually, you were moving. You could have like a basket full of excuses, Carly. You could have told us that, hey, I'm in the middle of a move. I'll just postpone it. Hey, I don't have internet. I'm not going to be able to launch. I remember even after you launch, you're like, how do I set up the membership portal? And we're like, here you go. You're like, yeah. What is this? So it's like, for you, all the excuses that come in, you could have taken, but you chose not to. You're right. Like, I'm just gonna do this. But
yeah, we came up with a way to fix one of the tech issues that I was having with the membership portal. And I had a couple of people who bought. So I literally did my lower ticket offer.
Yeah.
4 days before I went into my 5-day challenge.
Yes.
So I filled 11 spots in my lower ticket offer, and then just funneled everybody and everything into the 5-day challenge. So I'm not sure it's supposed to work that fast, but I was just like, I'm just doing it. This is what I'm doing, and this is my timeline. I didn't want to postpone it, so I just did it.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about what other things could have gotten in the way besides money and time. What about, like, you don't know what to do. You don't know what to launch. You have no idea what offer to. If you come in with no offer, no idea, what would you say if someone comes into Ignite and they're like, I don't know what to offer? What would you respond to that type of question?
I think it just really has to do with what you're passionate about, right? So I knew that I was also passionate about business and helping people. And when I saw the framework of this GroupConvert, I was like, I want to do exactly this. I want to do exactly this. And you said, there's over 1 billion people on Facebook. Do it. So I was like, okay, let's do it. I'm going to do it. So I actually take a lot of what you give and I repurpose it, and I teach my clients and my audience the same thing. And it's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So Christy has a question. How did you grow your group so quickly? What are the actions that you were like, bam, 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 I'm doing this, that will maybe inspire some of them to say, oh, maybe I can do that too?
Yeah,
and to your point, before you answer that question, to your point with, like, I can go and do exactly this. When I enter into a year-long program and I look at models, the reason why I enter into those programs is because I see myself being there.
Yes.
And not in years, but collapse my time and have that be in months if possible, because I'm in it to win it, Yeah. So since there are billions, for us to say, hey, take everything we got and teach others, it's only to spread that gift of a framework that works, of tools that work, of things that actually convert, so that their journey isn't going to be a struggle of 2 years and making 6,000 like yours. It's going to be an actually successful journey if they put in the work. So
yes.
So Carlene, I want to ask you, because a lot of people, especially group converters, some of them, my users, they struggle with growing their Facebook group quickly. What is it that you did that you feel like a lot of people wouldn't do if they're a little bit lazier? Or what is it that you did that have so many people just flooding into your
Sure.
group?
Sure. So a few different things. So not only the automation part, because I use your tools and some tools that you've recommended to do the heavy lifting.
Mhm.
Let me get a drink real quick. So some of that is software. Can I mention the software and stuff that I use?
Yeah, yeah, of course.
Okay. So like Pepper, love Pepper, and even see, I can't even remember now. It's
Befriend
a
GroupMates.
friend group. Yeah, that one. So I use both of them, and it's just been great. But the thing that really, and this is where I kind of differentiate a little bit or pinpoint with my audience, is that you can automate and have authentic conversation at the same time. So that's basically what I go after and tell people is you can automate all day long, but you still have to have conversations with people and you still have to build relationships because automation only gets so far, right? So there's those two softwares plus the bots, ManyChat bots and what chat bot stuff. Those are all amazing because it's taking all that heavy lifting off of you. So once you get each piece into the puzzle, you're taking less of the actual manual work that you have to do to build the group, and then you can just concentrate on the conversations and nurturing and building your audience. So once you start, I think you hit like a tipping point at some point in your group where if you're creating engagement posts and you're talking to people and you've already had a conversation with them in Messenger, now they kind of know you a little bit. They're talking to you in your group. So it's just a matter of continuing those engagement posts. And then I hired a VA to help leverage my time even more. And when I did that, plus all of the automation and having authentic conversation and really being involved in my group, it just exploded. And I think it's just because you hit a tipping point and it just happens, especially when your positioning and your messaging is right.
Yeah. And so I want you guys to hear everything that she said. She said she combined automation tools. And would you even hear about Pepper or Befriend GroupMates if you didn't come into Ignite?
Nope, never would have known about it.
So just so you guys know, part of what we do is we also look for, let's say we didn't make the tools, but we see that you could leverage all these other automation tools. We introduce it into our world so you guys can benefit from, we don't have to create Pepper for you to benefit from Pepper, but Pepper is a student of Franco is my student and Derek is also my student. So I'm like, hey, my students created these awesome software, might as well use them and explode your group in the process. And what she said was, it's not only just about those tools, it's about doing the connection work and really connecting with your people as well. So you can't just use tools to spam people and send a message and then not do the second part of it. Carlene put in that effort to do that second portion, which is truly connecting with her people. And that's what I think a lot of people actually don't bridge the gap. They just run the tools and they don't follow up. They don't talk back. They don't have real conversations. And they think that will work. And it really, it falls short. People can tell because your audience is pretty smart. And if they can kind of tell that that's not all there. But if you put in the effort and the care to nurture your audience, trust that it will increase, trust that it will explode, because your people will talk to each other and they'll know that, wow, Carlene, our leader, our tribe boss, truly cares about us and wants us to succeed. And she's there and she's present and she's having real conversations with us. So if that helps you. Oh, Andrea has, oh, okay, cool, a bunch of other questions. Let's how do you keep solicitors out of the group with software? Have you ever tried that? So let's see.
So
Yeah.
I do make sure that I'm looking at everyone who comes in, and they have to answer those 3 questions. If they don't answer the questions, I don't always let them in. And unless they've been invited by someone, if they've been invited by someone that's in the group, then I know that they've been invited for a reason. And typically when you invite someone, they don't even see those 3 questions to get into the group. So I'm not so hard nosed about it. But if they've requested to come in, then I know that they've seen those questions. And if they requested and they didn't answer the questions, I typically will look at their profile. If they don't have anything to do about business and coaching and consulting, they don't get accepted in. And then if I look at them and they're new to Facebook, or they only have 5 posts on their profile, they're not getting in, right?
Yeah.
So I definitely screen the people that come in. So I know that my people that come into my group are highly targeted and highly engaged.
Yeah. It's kind of like if you let anyone and everyone in, they're going to start spamming. They're going to start they're going to create like a group culture for your own group that's out of your control. And it's not going to be conducive to that viral connection with you and that growth with you, because the quality of the group decreases a lot. So she only lets in people who she feels like real people, are on Facebook for a while, not super brand new. They're, they're not coming into spam, and they answer some of the questions where, since she uses GroupConvert, it will ask them for their email address. And so, if they're answering those 3 questions, that means they're more invested in the community than trying to get into spam. Does that help you, Andrea? Let me know. Another thing that you can do is you can allow the whole group to be able to comment whenever, but only mod them if they do like a link, they drop a link. So you could have your Facebook group rules say no spamming, or else you're gonna get kicked out. And then they have to agree to the group rules after, before they enter, and then you allow them in because they know they read the rules, they click I agree, and they won't spam. I think if you allow your group to post whenever, wherever, then they will feel like they have more control in the group, and they'll feel more connected to the group, versus like modding their comments and their contributions every single time. So that's also something that works, that I know. Oh, okay. People are spamming in the comments. Oh, in this comments, or what comments? I don't see people spamming in this comments.
I've had about 3 people who would spam the comments of my live videos and just regular posts. Like somehow they squeezed in or skirted in under the wire or something that I missed it, and they got approved into the group, and they would spam the comments of posts and lives. And when that happened, I have 0 tolerance. They just get blocked and kicked out. So they're gone. And that's my group. I get to do whatever I want, right?
Yeah, you get to show up just as yourself, Carlene. You get to run the rules. You get to do whatever you want. And I love your energy, because you're like laughy and giggly. Just like, I love that. I love having people like that around, in my client list. Lamar has a question. Lamar says, they're trying to sell competing software, like they're being slick. Happened when someone selling a competitor to Pepper a few weeks ago. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So I'll go back to asking you questions. By the way, you guys, if you're getting a lot of insight from this interview, give us a heart smash and give us a heart and hashtag value if you feel like this has been valuable for you so far. I love hearing Carlene's story. As when we're leading Ignite, I don't necessarily know every single details of every single story, but I do see them share their success. And I saw Carlene just be successful week after week, and now I get to sit down and say, "Hey, Carlene, let's hang out." So I really cherish this time with Carlene, actually.
Thank you.
And you guys, she launched when her internet was down the day before. She launched when she was in the middle of a move and she has nothing in her house except a few things she put up behind her to make sure it doesn't look completely empty. She launched when she had to shut down her business because of COVID and she was not having any money coming in. That's Carlene for ya. So when you come at me and you're like, "Oh, I don't have the time. Oh, I'm scared. I don't have the money." All these things, like Carlene said, I'll lovingly say that it is excuses wrapped up in, I don't know. How
A reason. Yeah.
Huh?
There are excuses wrapped up in a reason.
Excuse wrapped up in a reason. Yeah. Lamar says #value. All right. So, okay, let me ask you some more questions. I want to see. Okay, so how did you get? So you use automation tools that we recommend, and also some of which we own. And
I have to say, I love the QuickLinkConvert because everything is just right there. I mean, I don't have to look for my links; they're just all right there.
Yeah,
I love it.
Oh, thank you. I love it too. I use it every day.
Me too. I use it every day.
Yeah. QuickLinkConvert, you guys, is one of our software that lets you grab all your links based on keyword search from a Google Sheet. So you can dump all the links you create into a Google Sheet and then pull it into your browser. So whenever someone's like, "What's the link to this and that?" you just go and click on your little QuickLinkConvert icon and search for the keyword, pull it up, and you don't leave money on the table, essentially. Because when you drop someone a link, it's most likely for them to buy something or get into your world to eventually get value out of something you offer. So it's a revenue, to me, it's a revenue generating tool, even though it's just links that you sync up with your Google Sheet.
Yep.
Carlene is amazing. Andrew says #value. Oh, I got sidetracked. What I meant to ask was, you're using all these automation tools, they're cool, and you're having conversations. How are you attracting people into your world from like outside of the group? Like how are you doing that? And are you doing anything different that they might not know about? Or are you following a formula that's like, okay, I'm going to invite these people, I'm going to offer value over here and invite them into my group? Let me know what your process looks like to give them some insight as well.
Okay, so to be completely honest and transparent, I haven't been doing all the things you've been teaching yet.
It's okay. Here's what's great. You said that you only watched like 2 videos, 3 videos, and you're able to go and crush it. So if someone comes into the program and all they do is watch like a few videos to crush it, I think that's okay. I'm gonna be okay with that. Okay.
Well, plus having all the live support, but
yes,
what I am doing is, or what I was doing a lot of, especially in those first 7 weeks of building up my group and getting engagement, was hanging out in some of the other groups of influencers that have, maybe 2,000 or more people in their group, and they're highly targeted. They're my people. They're the people I want in my group. So if I talk about, or, when they have those free promo days, what my group is all about, then I was just getting people coming in. And it's just like I said, I think once you hit that tipping point, more people ask to be in your group because Facebook will put your group in front of more eyeballs when you have more engagement.
Yeah.
So I think that's for sure. But I'm actually now just starting the whole interviews within my group and being asked to be on podcasts and interviews outside of my group. So I'll now be able to start leveraging other people's audiences because I'm being asked to be on their groups.
Yeah, and I feel like all of a sudden in a couple months you're an expert, Carlene. You're an expert. In 2 months. Isn't that crazy? Think of real life, and you're an expert if you're years, you're asked to speak at places if you work at something for years and years, and maybe 10 years, right? That's like 100,000 hour kind of devotion. But this is 2 months, and I feel like you're an expert and you can go out and be like, this is what you do.
Well, I own that shit. Okay. Because I am an expert and I totally believe in myself, right? But I also, because of my past and being a serial entrepreneur, I am an expert and I do own that title. And I also coach people to believe in themselves enough to call them what the knowledge that's inside of their head. They're an expert at what they know, just like I'm an expert at what I know. And it was just really a matter of taking your whole process and taking all of my knowledge too and putting it into that process to be able to kick off, the starting line and to be able to make it happen really fast. So yeah, I mean, the process is there. You just have to follow it and you have to have the courage to do it and really believe that you are the expert, because that's exactly what I teach people in my group as well, is if you are here telling me that you're a coach, then you are an expert in what you know. Own it. And It's just a matter of saying I'm an expert and believing it.
Yeah, and that's why in the 5-day training, I don't even know if you saw all of 5 days videos, but one of the days is positioning yourself as an expert. And what we say is everything that you have in your head is from decades of living. And all those decades mean something. They mean that you know so much now to teach. And you just apply it to the framework, but you have so much in you to bring out as a gift to your people already. So having to, it's already there.
Yeah.
So I love that you said, I'm already because that's so true. You're already an expert. You just have to now
own it.
Coach it, ask for the sale, ask for the offer, have people come in, deliver it. So that process to me is magical almost. That means that you won't ever start over. You know how people get laid off and they're like, oh, I have to work for someone else and kind of start over. That's not applicable in this journey when we're stepping into our own leadership and owning our own expertise. So love your response. What is it? So Roma, Carlene said what she did was she went into other groups and provided value. She looked for, so here's something very tactical. She looks for promo days where they allow you to promo inside the group, and she would go and promo. So it's not super complicated things. It's something that you can go and do. You just have to devote the time to say, yes, I'm going to do that. If there's a promo thread, my stuff is going to be in there. If they allow me to shout out my business, I'm going to be shouting out my business. Because if you think that you just erect your group and people are just going to come in out of their, kindness of their heart, that's not really going to happen. You have to give value to get value. So going into other groups, answering questions, sometimes it's as simple as that. In terms of anything other tactical, Alan says, great success, proof it works. All right, Alan. Alan, you should get into Ignite.
Alan, everyone who's listening should get into Ignite.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so yeah, Roma says she's just joining. She doesn't know how you did it. Well, let's think about other tactical things so that they get some more insight on how to grow a group that rapidly. So you went into other groups, you posted promo thread, you talked to other people. What else did you do that got people into your group? Or I mean, that could be just it as well. So so Carlene, what else did you do that
Well,
set your way?
once I started getting people into the group, I just kept going live. Because another thing that I tell the people inside of my group is give Facebook what it wants. And it wants you to go live. It gives more eyeballs on your content, and it puts your content just in front of more people, and you get more organic reach. So I just did what Facebook wanted me to do, right? So I just kept going live. And even if it's just for 5 minutes, go live for 5 minutes. Tell your story for 5 minutes and do it several times. Just keep telling your story 5 times, right? Just do it. And just sometimes you don't even have a point. Just get on and start talking. It'll come to you. I mean, yes, we want to have a point, right? You want to have your content leading into the next piece of content, into your next product, and all those things. There's definitely structure and form. But in the beginning, if you're just trying to talk to people and build relationship, just talk to people and get to know them. Just do that first, and then start putting in the pieces that Kim teaches in Ignite, because it works. It just all works. And I do have to say this one thing. Even though I've talked on stages and I've taught many people and just do one-on-one type coaching and group coaching even, but being online, you could be talking to hundreds of people at once. And I was a little bit nervous about that. So I did script out my slides. So even though I made slides for for my 5-day challenge, I also longhand wrote out what I was going to say. I never, ever, ever followed it, but it helped my brain to get my presentation down. So I don't know, it just helped me to do that. So that's just another tactic that I used.
Oh, that's an awesome tactic. So the great thing is, even if you go live, you don't have to have it all together. Like, you don't have to try to figure it out, because our brains are like goldfish now. And in the goldfish era, someone has to be exposed to you many more times than 7 times for them to like, know, and trust you. So even if you go live, some of my clients actually came into my programs because I was eating pizza, and I was just showing them, like, I'm eating pizza right now. And they're like, one of my clients, he was like, oh my gosh, I was laughing because you're being a fatty in front of the camera. He said fatty in a nice, it wasn't because he was calling me fat, but he's like, you're just being a fatty eating pizza. You're just like me. And people trust people buy from people. And if you're consistently showing up and there for them, you don't have to have it all together all the time. But if you want to look like you have it all together as well, it's not that difficult, because you just have to write it down and have it in a slide format. And when you're going live, especially when you're pitching your offers, you can show people slides and read from the slides. It's not so intimidating. But a lot of people have to work themselves up to even like go live. And there are ways to break it down to make it more fun for you, more doable, more actionable for you. So I love that you said, hey, I actually did this. This is the truth of what I did. And you wrote it down, and that made it flow more smoothly for you when you did go live. So, all right. Okay, cool. Ruma says, that just helped me. I was thinking I may inundate them too much. All right. And Sharon shared your group to Lamar. Awesome. So, all right, Carlene, let me see what other questions I want to ask you. I want to get more of your story from this.
Okay, sure.
More stuff. So what is it that, okay, here's a question. What is it that in your group growth journey, what is it that you did that you felt like most people wouldn't do? What, maybe because you're like a serial entrepreneur, you're just like a boss, so you stand out pretty, hard. But if you were talking to a friend who says, hey, I'm thinking of doing this. Maybe I want to get on this journey, but I'm not sure that's me. I don't know if that is the type of person I am, but I do want to be able to make this online journey work. What would you say to your friend?
I would say first you have to really want it, because if you're just playing around, if it's just a hobby, you're gonna suck. I mean, you have to really want it. And I think that because I'm real with people, I just show up as myself. I don't try to be anything that I'm not. I just show up and I talk the way I talk, right? So I just am real. And if a curse slips out of my mouth, it just does. I can't help it.
Yeah.
Right? So I think that, sometimes you just have to find the courage to do it and go. If you're going to go all in, you go all in. And it's not at a price point where you should be fooling around, right? It's serious. If you want to do this, and you have to make a commitment to yourself and honor that commitment. Otherwise, the only person you let down is yourself. And as entrepreneurs, you're just, we're built different, right? And everyone who's listening right now, who's watching this live, is an entrepreneur. They're interested in making it happen. You just have to really kick your own self in the butt and say, I'm going to do this, because it's your time. And there is no better time than right now at this moment, especially with the, still being in a bit of a shutdown and moving into the holiday season. Most online entrepreneurs make their most money in these last 4 months of the year than they do all year. This is the time. There is no messing around. If you're even on the fence thinking about doing this program, just do it. Just do it. I mean, seriously, just stop thinking. Just do it.
Stop thinking, just do it.
Exactly. Make it happen.
And what you said was very, I was like, people are flooding online, so that's the reason why you should do it now. There will be more people now online than ever before. And that point of online entrepreneurs making the most during the holiday season, it brought me back to, whoa, I ran my Black Friday sale, like my first Black Friday sale, a couple of months into my business, and it gave me a bunch of cash for that Black Friday sale. And it's for information, and it's for technology that can be delivered right away. So it's like you can be in the comfort of your house. You don't have to go out, run around buying products. You don't have to go and figure out, that physical thing, how much it weighs, ship it out. No, we get the benefit of showing up and being able to make the most of it online. As long as you have a good internet connection, you have your computer, you could be in an empty house.
Sitting at a card table. I'm still at the card table, actually.
How is your house now? Do you have time to like put out the furniture, or?
Yeah, it's mostly put together, except my office. I still am surrounded by boxes in here. You can't see it, but I am. Next, I have to buy a desk because this little card table is very shaky, and I've got papers hanging off the side. It's a little bit of a mess. You can't see it, but it is.
And I love that. I love that. Like when I started earning online, I had a very old desk that I was on, and I had a ring light, and that was it. It's just me, ring light, and I'm sitting behind like a corner of my room, and I'm like, hey guys, I'm just gonna do it.
Yeah.
And it's just, where else can you do this? What other framework, what other models can come true for you? Like the gift that you have in your mind can be brought to life, where you're not spending months and months creating modules that you think they're gonna like consume and love you for it. You're just a few steps ahead of them, maybe like a few months ahead of them. And
it's true.
That's enough, that's enough for their mind to be blown,
Yeah.
So
I agree.
I'm like, I don't know what else out there, because I'm in e-commerce, I buy products, I buy physical stuff, and there's nothing else out there like this.
Truly. And you're right on the money when you say you're only a few steps or a few months ahead of your ideal clients, because that's all it is. And I think it's positioning and being confident enough and using your courage to get out there and deliver your message. But the people who are attracted to you for a reason. They want to learn from you, and they know that you're relatable, that you're exactly where they were just a couple months ago. And they love that. And you're being real and you're telling them up front. So they're like, if you can do this, then I can do this. And I'm going to follow your lead. And it's great.
Yeah. And when I'm out in the real world, not in the real world, with friends from all over, all walks of life, they're like, you can't just do that. You can't just show up and do that. And in my reality, I'm like, yeah, you can. You can. Of course you can. And I show up and I show you guys how to do it, and you follow it, and it happens for you. So I like to live in that world. The world where it's like, yes, you can. It's going to take you a little bit of time, not years, definitely not decades of your life. Just follow this framework and implement and be confident and show up and do it. And it can happen for you. It's not crazy rocket science. And so the possibilities to me, because I see it so clearly, is like no brainer. And for you, when you saw it, you're like, oh yeah, this is it. I got to do this. But what about for the people who are like they tried a lot of things and it didn't work out. Like they tried buying a bunch of courses and things like that, and it doesn't work out. What is it about this model that makes you go, oh, yeah, this will work out, versus maybe I can try it and maybe it will work? Like, what is it about this system that makes you go, okay, this is it?
Yeah. So there's two things actually. Okay. So first of all, I'm actually an introvert, but I'm an extroverted introvert. So when the camera comes on, I just turn it on. I put this big smile on my face and I start talking and I just start doing whatever. Even if I mess up, it doesn't matter, right? So I just keep going. But then as soon as the camera's off, I'm like, whew, now I got to recover. I got to go take a bath for an hour, I got to
handle.
I totally have to recover from being in front of, and the high energy stuff, because I really am an introvert. But I do love this, and I'm very passionate about it and helping other people succeed, because part of my mission in this world is to help other people, and those people will help other people. And it's community, right? And that's what we're all about, is really creating community. But the differentiating factor in this program was that it's live, and that I had the concierge coach. And if I couldn't get my question answered, I have a direct line to you, because you even have a tech coach who couldn't handle the question or the problem that came up, and you jumped in. And I think it wasn't a convenient time. I don't think. I think it was like later in the evening or something, and you helped me out. You totally helped me.
Yeah, it was late at night, I think, for me. It's like, Carlene needs help. I'm going to jump in and help her right now.
Yeah. And that spoke volumes about this program to me, because I felt like I'm not going to be left behind, and I'm not going to be left in a situation where I needed immediate help, because I had in my mind an emergency situation, because I had just gotten 11 people to sign on to my lower ticket product, and we were having major tech issues, and you solved them, and it just helped me so much.
Yeah, because for me, you're like, you're not only my client, you're my friend, you're someone that I wanted to succeed, and if I can jump in and fix it right away, then it will help you look good to the people, your people, and you're gonna feel so good about it afterwards. So to me, it's like, it's the same kind of feeling I get when I go and I offer a program. It's like when I go and offer a program, or when I go into a program, the answer is how much are you willing to do to make this work? And in my head, it's like, no matter what it takes. Like, that's the response back. No matter what it takes, I'm going to show up. I'm going to do the work. I'm going to help my people, because it is their life on the line. It is their income on the line. Like, I didn't even know you cut off your business. I just knew that you needed help, but it's like, I want that to translate onto your own people, onto the next people, onto the next people. Like, it's because my own coaches translated that to me. So
Right.
it's just that ripple effect of genuinely wanting to help and genuinely wanting to be there, versus, okay, I got your money now. All right.
Right.
Whatever. You paid it full, Carlene. All right.
Yeah, no, the support is there for sure. If anyone that's watching has any questions about the support, you have nothing to worry about. You will be supported with concierge coaching, with the tech support, with all the different, sales coaching and Facebook ads. I mean, everything is there for you. It's awesome.
All right, man. Carlene, I love hanging out with you.
I know, right? Because I'll sell your program for you. I'm just kidding.
Well, all right. Usually I go for an hour, so I want to respect your time. I know it's, late for you. Let's so I don't know what else to ask you at this point. I feel like you've been amazing during this interview, and I'm super excited you're in the program. And although you don't show up to every call, you shouldn't. I feel like sometimes you can show up to every call and everything, but it's a mixture of showing up to the calls, implementing, and if it means like going dark for a little bit to implement, and then coming into the program and taking what you need from it and then going back and implementing, that's the best way to, I think, consume any program. Like, you shouldn't just be showing up and learning all the time. You should also spend the time to implement. And Carlene does a good mixture of that. She'll show up, ask the direct question she needs, and then go and implement. And that's what makes Carlene so successful. I mean, not only in my program, but probably in her whole life with business and everything else as well. It's like the trait. And in a live coaching program, we get to do that. We don't have to, when we can resurface to breathe and to learn, we can. So that's the gift that we give to our people when we provide a live coaching program, and you give to yours when you provide a live coaching program for them. So I really like this model. Well, Carlene, let's wrap this up. I love hanging out with you. It's been an hour. I want to respect your time. Where can they go and find you, be part of your world right now? Where can they go?
My Facebook group is called Groups That Convert. So it's very similar to yours, but it's Groups That Convert. So they can find me in Facebook groups. If you want me to put the link in there or something, I can. And also my website is groupsthatconvert.co, not .com, but .co. So that's where you find me.
All right. Well, Carlene, thank you for hanging out with me today.
Thank you for having me.
So guys, I'm going to let Carlene go so she can draw a bath or recover. Super excited to have you here today. And so I'll let Carlene go, but I'm going to stay on and I'm going to go over any Q&A questions you guys have left, and then go over the offer one more time so that you can see what we have inside if you missed the other videos of the other days. But okay, Carlene.
Okay, bye.
Thank you. Bye. For dropping by. Bye. All right, you guys, I am here for a few more, 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes in order to answer whatever remaining questions you guys have left. Cart is closing at midnight tomorrow. So you have from now till midnight tomorrow to say yes to yourself. I want to also bring Carlene on because she is she's the story that answers back. Not she is the story. She's an awesome person that has a story that answers back a lot of questions for you guys. You know, no one had less time than her. She was in the middle of a move. She was she moved houses. She didn't have internet the night before. She shut down her entire business, so no money was coming in. So with no money, barely any time, she launched her program. She launched to an empty Facebook group. She grew it to 1,100 within 2 months. 2 months. And she made more in 2 months on a few clients. Like, I think her total clients list is 3, but a few clients, she made more in 2 months than the rest of 2 years before that, trying to make it work. So I'm so confident that the systems we have in place, the support we have in place, will help you get there if you do the work. And she didn't launch before she had, you know, less than 300 people in your group, because that's what we recommend. You need to have 300 people, but we give you all the tools and all the help and all the automation help in order for you to get there. So with that said, I want to share my screen. Let's see, share the screen and invite you into GroupConvert Ignite. You guys have heard of Carlene's amazing story. And also, when you come in, you're going to be surrounded by peers who are invested at the level you invested in. So you're going to meet Carlene. She is an awesome rock star entrepreneur. We just got Troy Dean in, and he's been an entrepreneur for a very long time as well. So you're surrounding yourself with these rock star people, as well as our team, of course. But it's who do you get to surround yourself with, and who do you get to serve, and how are you going to serve them? We help you through this journey for you, and we give you all the tools and all the shortcuts you need to be able to get there from nothing, from scratch, from zero, right? So if you're ready to fully automate your group and ignite your life, GroupConvert Ignite is for you. If you're ready to courageously and proudly be present for your tribe, you get rapid sales training sessions focused on enabling you to pitch your offers immediately to generate income. We had igniters who come in who just want to generate right away. They don't want to wait 2 months. They don't want to wait 1 month. And Krishinta, one of our igniters, was able to do that like immediately after she comes in. You are ready for GroupConvert Ignite if you want to grow your excited community. If you've taken this break and you're like, now I'm ready to come back and change the world, this is it. This is your stop. You're ready to implement sales strategies that convert. You want to finally get rid of shiny object syndrome. You want to have 1 whole year of accountability, hyper accountability, and support. You want to get coaching and implementation on all the group automation we have available, which is all those frameworks with the automation tools, and kind of have it work halfway for you, and then you take it the rest of the way with your personal touch. You want to save time and money because we've got you covered with our GroupConvert time automation systems. We want to make sure that we're not doing all the manual work, right? We want you to know you're not doing all the manual work, that you can implement these strategies to automate part of that process, if not almost all that process, for you to go. And when you show up, you are fully yourself. You're not drained from, you know, all that energy, that sucking energy that will come if you do everything by yourself and you're not utilizing these automation tools. You get your bot handled. You're subscribing into all the bot help that you need during this program. Ignite is a 12-month business incubator. You're with us for 12 months, where we help you create a scalable, profitable, high-ticket offer within your group. If you come in and you have no idea what you're going to do, remember, there are billions of people active online on Facebook right now. And Carlene, if you watch the replay, she says she just wants to help people. If that's what you want to do, you just want to help businesses, then get into Ignite, because you could take what we have, what we teach, and just teach exactly what we teach. There's more people on this earth that we can ever serve in our lifetime. So you can come in and take our frameworks, teach what we teach, and go from no idea to having an offer to pitching the offer and being able to serve your community, because not everyone is going to be a Kim Dang person. Just like not everyone is going to be a Carlene person. There's going to be people who jive with Kim Dang more than Carlene. There's going to be people who just all diehard Carlene, right? And what we want to do is, we know that there's going to be your type of people. We know that there's going to be the type of people that jive with you, okay? Our specialty is combining funnel, marketing, and automation systems. So after your high ticket offer, we will continue to help you build out your entire value ladder with lower ticket offers. GroupConvert Ignite is a live coaching program. This is not a course. This is the reason why Carlene got in, because it's live. If you're tired of being burnt out with all your one-on-one clients and you want to finally get it handled and automate your group so you can sell more of your offers on autopilot, if honestly you're sick of all these programs scattered all over the place, there are like $1,000 programs here and there, and you want a clear roadmap, implementation plan, and community to help you automate your group, I want to challenge you to build your own community that converts. Build a Facebook tribe that lights you up to serve every single week. So frameworks that convert with, as CEO and founder of the software that enables over thousands of CEOs grow and automate their groups, we have the top-down view. I've seen what framework works and what doesn't work. I've seen group converters grow their group from 0 to over 7,000 members with paid Facebook ads. I've seen group converters accept 10,000 new leads a week from their Facebook groups. I've seen users use GroupConvert to monetize, and I've implemented those techniques myself because of the behind-the-scene curtain looks from all my users to gain attention, sales, and leads. So this program is a no bullshit program. We tell it how it is. We tell you what doesn't work, what does work. We experiment so that we do a lot of testing so that you don't have to go through all the expensive mistakes that we make or we want to make, because we want to make sure that we test out what works and what doesn't work for you guys. So this program focuses on what no other program focuses on, what truly works with automation. And my team and I will help you implement the flows that work below: digital dam, digital product, paid ads to e-com, organic group automation. So what if you go live and there are hundreds of comments every single time you go live, or every single week, or when you have an offer, it's not going to crickets? Here's what will work. All the strategies that are taught out there in the market, they work. In fact, they're working well for many businesses, like 6 to 7 figure, as well as on Instagram, Facebook, launches, webinars, ads, podcasts. There is about 8 million things you can do today to grow your business. People are still feeling stuck. They're still spinning their wheels, trying to make it work for years and still not being able to earn. Because every month they start over at 0, or every week they start over at 0, or they ask questions and it's like into dead air, or into a program that is static, that's not live. With our signature GroupConvert automation blueprint, we teach you to take time back for yourself with your group that works on autopilot, collecting and converting more leads for your business. We know that business isn't one size fits all, and without a knowledgeable coach to guide you to the platforms and strategies that will work specifically for you, another course or social media account or another thing isn't going to do the trick. And that is the power behind a live coaching program like GroupConvert Ignite. These are what others have said about my coaching, our coaching. Inside of Ignite, we have 6 coaches total. We have 6 coaches. We have Sharon, accountability coach. Mutita, she lives and breathes team building. She teaches team building. Tracy teaches Facebook ads. Alexander Riker teaches messenger and high ticket sales. Misbah teaches bot automation. If you're hearing the little barking in the background, is my little dog on the first floor. And these are the testimonials of current GroupConvert Igniters as well. So if you're ready to ignite your group with me, here's what you get. 3 times a week Zoom automation for walkthrough, do it with your group automation and offer launches to your group. 3 times a week live calls, personalized help with crafting your high ticket offer in a way that's congruent with your lifestyle and beliefs, valued at $9.97. You get access to our Chrome Boss Profits Blueprint, so you can own your own digital asset, a value of $19.97. You get to position yourself as an expert to your audience, a value of $1,997. All the bot automation masterclasses, your bot will collect phone numbers, emails, send people to your custom audience, a value of $4,500. Team building and scaling. So now that you launched to your group and you are delivering your products to your group, man, hold on. Guys, let me take a look. Hey babe, I'm still going back. Oh. All right, back. Oh, my little dog. Team building and scaling. One-on-one personalized concierge every single month. So you have one-on-one personalized support. You have Zoom help desk support for automation and implementation. So we have our tech team helping you. So anything that's tech related that's getting in the way for you, we get rid of all your tech issues during this time. So if, let's say, we had a GroupConvert Igniter join us. He's like, Kim, I just want to be the face of it. I don't want to do all the little things. I want to hire someone to do all the little things for me, and I want them to take your course. So if you have a team member that you hired specifically to grow and blast your group up, they can come into the program and we help them help you do what you do best, show up, go live, and then they will figure out all the little tech stuff. You also get access to our private member group for networking, masterminding, asking questions, sharing wins. The group is staffed by our team 5 days a week, so your questions always gets answered. This is a $12,000 value. This is what Carlene raved about, because whatever day of the week she gets her questions answered. And this is the limited time bonuses, and I think this is super, super valuable. You get a one-on-one personalized 2020 battle plan session with me for the year. You save $1,500. You get 2 months free if you do take the limited time bonuses. You get access to our bonus advanced automation private Zoom session. You get access to my giveaway vault of software you can give away to grow your group. What does that look like? That looks like you get a dashboard where you can add GroupConvert users, you can add Toolbar, my own extension users, you can add users to a Chrome extension that clones ClickFunnels, you can add users to Instagram, you can add users to QuickLinkConvert. So essentially you become a software owner overnight with this giveaway vault of software. And you can do it manually, adding users one by one, or you can do it automatically with our API documentation, which is just a link, a link that you put into your ClickFunnels or whatever funnel builder you have. So this itself is totally worth the limited time bonus, as well as a one-on-one battle plan session with me. And it enables this journey to be so much easier for you, so that you could attract all those people. You could give high value free giveaways to really make this work. And with all of our resources, if you do the work, we know that you can succeed. We know that you only need 1 or 2 clients in the entire year to pay off this entire investment. And you have us for the rest of the year as a perk, right? So the total value is over $72,000. You pay $700. It's only $750 a month. You don't have to pay all the thousands of dollars of overhead costs that I pay. You don't. You get to subscribe into all of the help from all of the coaches, all of the tech automation. Beyond this coach, we have a tech team. Beyond these 6 coaches, we have a tech team to help you with all the technology glitches, all the little things that gets in the way. And it's only $750 a month. It's only that. If you were to hire a full-time person to help you with this without any roadmap, it would be more than $750 a month for you. So this is an investment so that things will finally work, that you will finally be able to do this in a way that doesn't lead to burnout, that you can scale, you can take a step back, you can enjoy being with us inside the community, laughing together, having fun every single week. we show you what we're doing that's working or not working, and we tell you, hey, this is what you do, this is what you don't do. These are all the frameworks that work, this is the frameworks that don't work. And you get to walk in this journey every single week for the rest of the year. So there's only one day left. And so you go to groupconvert.com/ignite, IGNITE. You fill in the contact information, the credit card information, and you click complete order. And Luke says he is back in America and it's ready for him to change the world. So Luke, I'm talking to you specifically. If you are back and you're ready to tackle this, now is the time. The time is now. There are over 2.5 billion active monthly users on Facebook every single month. Every single month. You only need like 1 or 2 people to pay for this entire program. So just so you know, that's where we're at right now. What I'm most proud of is to be able to have this, the giveaway vault of software you can give away to grow your group. You get unlimited licenses. So if you're like, Kim, I want to do exactly what you're doing, I want to do exactly like you, then take all of our resources, even the software itself, you get to add your own GroupConvert users, take all of our blueprints and implement, because there's more customers in this world online than we can ever serve in this lifetime. If you can go and serve more people, we give you all the tools to do it. There is so much abundance. There's no scarcity whatsoever. So, all right. With that said, that is all for today, you guys. If you are, let me go back to StreamYard. I'm going to stop the share. So with that said, if you are on the fence, #concierge, and one of our team members, most likely Sharon, will reach out to you. I will reach out to you. If you're on the fence and you're like, I don't know if this is for me, and if you're thinking like, oh, I don't have the money, oh, you can't, it's a matter of getting one client for the rest of the year to pay for the entire program, just ask yourself, can we help you get that one client if you work with us for an entire year? Carlene did it in 2 months. There, with all the systems we have. So can you do it? Answer is heck yeah. If it's about time, Carlene barely had any time, but she still launched in the middle of a move when she already shut down her business. Can you do it? If you put in the work, heck yeah. And we are here with you every step of the way for the rest of the year. So this is why we have this program, because we know it works. So with that said, if you want to watch the replay, go ahead and click above the units up there in the mobile device, or to the left if you want to watch all the replays. All the replays and every single one of the link, everything is in ignitemygroup.com. If you want to go straight to the order page, it's groupconvert.com/ignite. And there's only 24 hours left until we close the cart. So if you even want to qualify for the bonuses, because we're only giving away the bonuses to the first 5 people, if you even want to qualify for the bonuses, then get in touch with Sharon, #concierge, and we'll reach out to you and have that conversation. So if you want to qualify, open that conversation with them. Okay, that's all. Have a wonderful day. Tomorrow, I am going to be doing another client interview inside this group at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we'll do more sessions until we're done with this cart period, opening and closing. We are absolutely going to close this cart on Tuesday midnight, and all the videos are being taken down. You will not be able to access any of the replays, any of the videos. They're all going to be removed from this group. So make sure that you do have that conversation, open that conversation, and #concierge, check your other messenger folder. Make sure you even qualify for the bonuses by opening up a conversation with our concierge. And if you have any other questions, drop it below in the comments, and my team and I will get to it for you. Looking forward to having you guys inside Ignite, Otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow for more bonus sessions. All right. Bye. Have a wonderful day.
Oh yeah, if you liked that video, then you will love all the resources that I have over at kimcdang.com. That is KIMCDANG.com. There you will find all my courses, my extensions, all the offers that I have, as well as a lot of free resources if you are just getting started.